John Cena is committed to remaining part of the WWE family even after retirement. John Cena plans to become an ambassador for the company following his retirement from in-ring competition in December 2025. While appearing on the Club Shay Shay podcast with NFL legend Shannon Sharp, John Cena said he's already signed a contract extension that will keep him part of the WWE for the near, mid, and long-term future. From January to December of 2025, John Cena will return to WWE for a retirement tour. He plans on working right around 36 dates during the tour. John Cena told Club Shay Shay that he hopes the tour is good for WWE business, continues to build the future of the brand and company, and is satisfying for the fans. He wants the audience to be able to relive old memories while creating new ones. The December 2025 retirement date is a final one for Cena. He said there's no amount of money that could lure him back to the ring right after that. During a recent interview with the Daily Star, Chris Jericho addressed fans chanting, "Please retire, Adam." Jericho also commented on fans believing he has go-away heat, how his segments do in the ratings, and leaning into the criticism he believes as part of his learning tree character. To which he said, "So I think the biggest thing is just that I've been around for so long, working on top, never getting hurt, so I'm always here. It's not like I force myself onto the shows because my ego is so big I can't handle not being on it. I work for my boss who puts me on TV because it draws ratings." There's a whole thing. Jericho has go-away heat, like that's not true. Look at the ratings every week. I mean, not every week, but I'd say 80% of the time my segment goes up. It's one of the biggest gainers on the show. There's a lot of people that just refuse to believe anything else. He went on to say, "The facts are, I'm still one of the most valuable characters on the show for many different reasons. And if I told Tony Khan I wanted to take 6 months off, he'd say, 'Are you kidding me? There's no way.'" Later in the conversation, Jericho was asked how he feels about his career being near the end, to which he said, "Staying at 64 retired and everybody's different. To me, when the Police Retired Chants were going, I was laughing because it's like I have zero intentions of that. I mean, I've got a six-pack and I can do a moonsault and I know exactly what I'm doing in the ring. I know how to write storylines. I like the company I work for. I like my boss. I like the guys and girls in the company. Why would I want to retire? What's the point? Just because somebody told me to? F off. You retire when you know it's time, when you know it's right and it's not the right time now. It's not. I say it all the time. I know as long as I know I can still have the best match of the night, not every night, but I can still do it. I'm gonna stay. As long as I can still continue to have good ideas and feel motivated and passionate, I'm gonna stay. I still look like Chris Jericho and act like Chris Jericho and work like Chris Jericho. So until that moment where I feel like, okay, this needs to stop, I've got no intentions of it. Like I said, there's no timeline on it. It could be this week. It could be 5 years from now. I don't know." On to our next story. A SummerSlam rematch with a stipulation is set for the August 31st WWE Bash in Berlin event. As officially announced during Monday's WWE Raw, CM Punk will take on Drew McIntyre at Bash in Berlin in a strap match. CM Punk announced in a promo on Monday's Raw that he had petitioned GM Adam Pearce for the contest and that the bout had been finalized for the Saturday, August 31st Bash in Berlin PLE. Drew McIntyre appeared during Punk's promo segment and accepted the challenge. Drew and Punk met at SummerSlam earlier this month in Cleveland, with Drew scoring the victory in a match where Seth Rollins served as a special guest referee. Other matches announced for the show so far include undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes defending against Kevin Owens, WWE World Heavyweight Champion Gunther defending against Randy Orton, Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan versus Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley, and of course the strap match between Punk and Drew. Moving on, TNA's Joe Hendry will challenge Ethan Page for the WWE NXT Championship on September 1st at No Mercy. Joe Hendry won a #1 contenders 3-way on Tuesday's WWE NXT episode with help from Trick Williams to earn a shot at Page's NXT title at the No Mercy event set for September 1st. The #1 contenders match also involved Pete Dunne and Wes Lee, with Paige on commentary for the contest. Ethan Page got involved in the bout's closing stretch, distracting the referee as Joe Hendry had Dunne pinned. Williams then came back to Joe Hendry's aid, hitting Pete Dunne with a trick shot as the referee climbed back into the ring to count the pin. After the bout, Wes Lee was also attacked by Zachary Wentz as the former tag team partners looked to be on a collision course for No Mercy. Additionally, Jada Parker won a gauntlet match on Tuesday's show to earn a shot at Roxanne Perez's Women's Championship, also at No Mercy. Jada outlasted Soruka, Ren Sinclair, Adriana Rizzo, Kendall Gray, and Brinley Reese to advance to the title match at No Mercy, last pinning Soruka. The North American Championship will also be on the line at No Mercy, with Obafemi defending his title against Tony D'Angelo after Tony D'Angelo challenged him in a promo segment. Plus, former NXT Tag Team Champions Nathan Frazier and Axiom will get a rematch as they challenge Chase Hughes, Andre Chase, and Ridge Holland for the titles. Pat McAfee will be returning to Raw next year. During Monday's show, Michael Cole mentioned that Pat McAfee would be leaving for the next couple of months ahead of football season. After a highlight video was shown featuring Pat McAfee, he thanked Michael Cole and the people backstage for their work, saying it was a dream come true. Michael Cole announced that Pat McAfee would return when Raw moves to Netflix next January. Earlier in the day, Pat McAfee had announced on social media that it would be his last show for a bit, as he will be doing College Game Day coverage starting this Saturday on ESPN. WWE announced during the SummerSlam pre-show that Joe Tessitore will become an announcer for the Raw brand starting on the September 2nd edition of the show. Michael Cole will head to SmackDown as it moves to the USA Network on September 13. And this weekend, we do have AEW All In. Mariah May will be challenging Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Championship. I had the chance to chat with Mariah May about this upcoming match. Here's what she had to say. Take a look.
I mean, this is absolutely the biggest match of my career. This is All Elite Wrestling. This is All In. This is Wembley Stadium, which I actually visited today, and it just brings back memories of being there when I was younger and seeing like these huge artists and singers, and like I was like, it would be so cool to perform at Wembley, but like, I was just a kid. I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. And I never would have dreamed that I actually would get to be at Wembley. So it's definitely a dream come true, and it's definitely going to be incredible to have my family there. But honestly, the thing that I'm looking forward to most is Toni Storm's final curtain call.
Additionally, I also had the chance to catch up with Ronda Rousey, in which she talked to me about why she would have preferred to work for the Triple H era of WWE instead of the Vince McMahon era. Take a look. A couple of years ago, I did an interview with Kurt Angle. And one of the things that he mentioned to me was that he thought that you had a better first year than both him and Brock Lesnar. And I thought, oh, wow. So I wanted to get your thoughts on what he had to say about that, and also how you look back at your rookie year in WWE.
First off, I love them, and I appreciate that. Us shooters gotta look out for each other, and yeah, I mean, it was an incredible introduction. I mean, part of me wishes that I would have, the time that I was wrestling would have been in the Triple H era and not the Vince era, because he was the one that believed in me from the very beginning. And I've just been hearing incredible things about how he's running stuff now. But it was such an experience. Like I came back to WWE because of how great of an experience it was, and I was only supposed to be around I only wanted to kind of be around from like WrestleMania into like Survivor Series, just as like something to do before I had a baby, because I felt like it had to be done, like it was a calling, and I couldn't not do it. And I loved it so much, ended up doing it for, an entire year, and ended up coming back right after I had my baby. And it was something that you just fall in love with it once you're out there, and like forgetting all of the bullshit and the anxiety of like trying to put things together and the whole process that was needlessly, stressful. Like when you're out there and you're doing it and you're believing the story, and it's the crowd is in it with you, and they're believing it with you, like that, and there's no feeling like that. And that's why people get addicted to it, and they they do it literally until their bodies fall apart, because it's such an incredible feeling. And I'm so like lucky that I got to experience that on like the biggest stage with you know, such like people like Kurt Angle helping me out with my debut. Like it doesn't escape me how lucky I am.
That's a wrap for this episode of The Latest. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.